Hey everyone, Sylvia here. In this video, we're going to cover the final part of our JavaScript for Beginner series, and that is functions. We're going to cover what they are, how to use them, and just a basic understanding of how they are used in JavaScript. So let's begin. Alright, so on the left side here, I have pulled up a list of examples we're going to run through. You can access that in the link below in the description box if you want to follow along. On the right, I have opened up the developer tools, and we're going to focus on the console tab. So let's start out with the first example, function name argument 1 and argument 2. So functions in themselves are basically data types that represent programs wrapped in values. So here we have the name of the function, two parentheses, and two arguments. We can have one argument like that, and that would still be valid. But in this example, we have two different arguments that represent two different values. Functions basically can produce a value or return a value or execute something like an action. In this example, I'm going to create an alert function, which is really common in development when you're debugging things or want to have the alert window pop up. So here I have the alert function with this is a function as an argument string inside of it. And when we press enter, we'll see this is a function typed out. You hit OK, and it disappears. So that's an example of the well-known alert function. And if I were to change it, for example, into this is an argument, what I'm referring to is the value given to the function, which is the argument itself right here. So again, we should get this is an argument typed out right there. So hopefully that gives you a understanding of what a function is, what an argument is, and how that creates in totality an expression that produces, in this case, it executes an action. In this example, variable a equals 10, we're going to have the function produce a value. So we're going to use the console.log function. This is a value. The value of a is, sorry about that, value of a is 8, semicolon. So here we have a variable a that is defined as the value 10. And inside the console.log function, which is a function used to basically write out an argument that is being outputted. In this case, there's two argument values, which is the string the value of a is, and a, which we see here is representing 10. So when we hit enter, we'll see that this is what gets outputted. The value of a is, and then 10. And that those two things are combined. And that is an example of using the console.log function. Another example is console.log math.max 610. So what do you think math.max is? Math.max is a function that is used to retrieve the maximum value within an argument. So here we have 6 and 10 and as values, right? So math.max is going to grab the highest value inside of this function. So if we hit enter, he'll see that it grabs 10 as the max value. Similarly, if we were to do something like add an addition operator like plus 50, you'll see that again this function will run on its own first and output the value 10, then plus 50 will get added to that. So we'll get 60 as the answer here. So let's see one other example. If we were to change max to min, again this function would be outputted first, and that would be the minimum value inside the argument, which is 6, and 6 plus 50 would be, you guessed it, 56. So these are just examples of functions that are used to produce or return a value, and these are just, again, simple expressions of a function calls. Other example of functions can be similar to the alert window that we used earlier, where they're executing some type of action, not just outputting a value. For example, we can use the confirm function, and here the argument is this is function, and we'll grab that, and we hit enter, you'll see that the string will output to this is also a function. If we hit OK, it'll produce true because the confirm function is representing a Boolean, which is either true or false based on our selection. So if I were to hit cancel instead of OK, we would actually get false returned back. Another last example here of a function is the prompt function. Question goes here. Just 2, 3 periods. So if we were to hit enter here, we'll get a question goes here typed up, and I'll have the 3 periods as a default value that gets set inside of this text input field. And if I hit OK, we'll see that that gets outputted. If we were to do this again and I go like testing, you'll see that testing actually gets outputted below. Alright, so those are all of the examples that basic functions represent. Again, functions are basically programs that are wrapped inside values, and they're used to output a value and or execute a certain action. If you want to learn some more about functions in JavaScript, feel free to subscribe, as I'll be creating some more videos down the road. Other than that, I hope this was helpful, and feel free to ask me any questions in the comments below.